Can an album's restraint be its most defining strength? Let's talk about it. What's going on, y'all? It's your man Lighthouse, and you're now tuned into another episode of Everything for Everybody. And today we'll be discussing Daniel Son and Futurewave's Shattered Glass album. There's a quiet irony surrounding the trajectory of Daniel Son and Futurewave. For years, their work has been preserved and celebrated through vinyl pressings abroad, particularly in the United Kingdom, while their presence within their own home city of Toronto has often been relegated to the margins of local discourse. In a cultural environment preoccupied with more visible narratives, their contribution to the city's boom-bap continuum has found affirmation across oceans before receiving equivalent acknowledgement at home. Since Pressure Cooker in 2018, the duo has operated with a disciplined consistency, building a catalog that resists ephemerality. Their latest offering, Shattered Glass, arrives as their first fully realized collection of new material since Sun Tzu and the Wave God in 2022, following Baggage Claims, a project assembled from archival recordings. Here, there is no sense of retrospection. The album presents itself as immediate and deliberate, shaped with intention rather than recollection. Futurewave's production language evokes a tactile sensibility. His sample work unfolds with the patience of an artisan, allowing loops to exist in their raw form. On compositions such as Shipping Containers and Bear Steaks, which is a favorite of mine, the absence of percussion redirects rhythmic responsibility towards Daniel Son's vocal delivery, transforming cadence into structure. When drums do emerge, as on the song Shotgun Drawer, they carry a physical presence that underscores their selective use. The mixes retain a textured density that reflects an entirely self-contained process. It's recorded, engineered, and finalized without external intervention. This autonomy becomes an aesthetic choice rather than a limitation. Daniel Son's writing is marked by precision. His depictions of movement and exchange carry the clarity of documentation. Lines referencing international transaction, logistical maneuvering, and coded exchanges appear without exposition, forming a narrative architecture that assumes familiarity rather than explanation. His phrasing moves continuously, rarely pausing to emphasize individual moments, which allows the totality of his perspective to accumulate gradually. Within his framework, moments of personal reflection emerge with equal restraint. References to loss, unease, and fractured relationships are introduced without ceremony, integrated seamlessly into the broader thematic current. A line such as "R.I.P. my brother K, I pray you get to the gates" appears not as a focal point, but as a part of a continuum. The compositional approach maintains a consistent emotional register where grief, vigilance, and introspection coexist without hierarchy. The album's guest contributions extend its tonal range while reinforcing its cohesion. Asen Eastwood delivers a composed and deliberate verse on the song Ticket Sales. His cadence offers a structural counterpoint within Futurewave's minimal arrangement. Say Z introduces a more expansive and unpredictable energy on the song Ocean Smack, creating a dynamic interplay that further defines Daniel Son's measured delivery. These contrasts do not disrupt the album's continuity, they illuminate its internal balance. Intermittently, the album reveals a quieter introspection. On the opening passage, Daniel Son acknowledges missteps and the necessity of correction, while the song Broke Routine gestures towards the presence of memory and its lingering weight. These reflections are not isolated statements but integrated observations, reinforcing the album's compositional unity. Engaging with Shattered Glass reveals a body of work constructed with clarity and purpose. The collaboration between Futurewave's production and Daniel Son's vocal presence forms a cohesive language, one that prioritizes structure, tone, and detail. The album's duration, just over 20 minutes, belies its density, offering an experience that is both concentrated and immersive. It stands as a compelling entry point into a scene that continues to develop with intention, inviting deeper exploration beyond the surface of its geography. I personally only heard of, a few artists from Toronto. We've heard of Drake, we've heard of The Weeknd, we've heard of Cardinal Official, legends like that, but I wasn't so sure about this underground movement. Hearing this album, I was surprised that when I found out where he was from, I was like, damn, this is what's going on in Toronto and we don't get to hear this. All we get to see is this monolithic pop star sensation, which is cool. I like Drake, but I did not know that they were giving it up in Toronto like this. This album is fucking tough, you know what I'm saying? This is how I feel about it. But that's my time, y'all. Thank you for watching another episode of Everything for Everybody. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can stay in the loop. Also, if you're an avid podcast listener, you can listen to this show or watch it on your favorite streaming platform. I use Spotify, and this is how it looks. All episodes are posted there around 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time whenever I choose to post. This is good because you can actually watch the review and then go listen to the album within this same platform, right? Bet. So there you have it. Thank you for watching. Until next time, peace and take care of yourself. We out.